Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome to Temple Akiba of Culver City. My name is Rabbi Zach Shapiro. We are so glad that you're here for our Shabbat morning service. Not just any Shabbat morning service. Today, Josie is becoming a bat mitzvah. And how wonderful to be here, Josie, with your family, with your grandparents, with your aunts, and with all of you who are here via social media. I was just saying to the family, it's not what any of us dreamed about when we chose this date. But here we are. Zeh hayom asa Adonai nagila v'nismecha bo. This is a day. This is a day that God has created. And so we're going to rejoice in it. And we're going to create so much light and so many blessings, Josie, because that's who you are. And that's who your family is. Once again, my name is Rabbi Zach Shapiro. We are delighted that you're here. There will be times that we ask you to please participate in the service via chat on YouTube. And we ask that you do so that we can allow your words and your prayers to filter into those who are here. Cantor Lonnie Freilich and our cantorial intern Liz Baseman will also be officiating through the service. Cantor Lonnie, do you want to share something about the music today?
I would love to. So Rabbi said we would love for you to participate through the chat. We'd also love for you to participate in the music. We know that we can't see you or hear you, but we welcome your participation through singing, through swaying, through clapping. There's going to be some moments where Josie and Cindy will help lead us in some hand movements through some of our prayers. Josie mostly is going to be leading us through this service, but we would love for you at home to participate throughout the service.
We are going to begin with the singing of Hinei Matov. For those who are here, it's in our prayer books on page 70. This means how wonderful to be together as a mishpacha, as a family. And Cantor Lonnie will be leading us in this music. On page 72. And Josie, we invite you and your parents, Rick and Mimi, to come forward for this presentation.
My hair isn't fixed enough. heartily I fulfill the mitzvah of my Creator. Bless Adonai, O my soul, Adonai my God, how great you are. You are robed in glory and majesty, wrapping yourself in light as in a garment, spreading forth the heavens like a curtain. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kadeshanu b'mitzvotav v'tivanu lihitatef batzitzit. Do a fancy spin. Okay. Is it even? Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to wrap ourselves in the fringes. Oh, goodbye.
Josie, for the very first time, you fulfilled the commandment of a Jewish adult. And that's the commandment of putting on your own prayer shawl, your own talit. And whenever we come to such a beautiful moment like this, we say a blessing, the Shehechianu. It thanks God for giving us life and sustaining us and enabling us to be in the moment. We're on page 344 for the Shehechianu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh.
Thank you, cantorial intern Liz. We're going to continue with the Nisim B'chol Yom. These are the miracles that we see and capture every day. Josie will be chanting them in Hebrew on page 84. But what I'm going to ask you to do from home is share in the YouTube chat box something that you see in Josie that is a miracle. Maybe it's goodness she brings into the world. Maybe it's her smile. Maybe it's something else. But as we share the liturgical miracles, write in the chat box something about Josie that makes you feel like there are miracles in this world, something that's so awesome about her that makes you feel better. Josie, page 84.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shatzani b'tzelem Elohim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shatzani bat horim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shatzani Yisrael.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam ozer Yisrael bigvura.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam oter Yisrael b'tifara.
Amen. Josie, I want to share with you just some of the words that are coming in from people who are watching us and participating here. A lot of words of congratulations. Greetings, congratulations from Cleveland. Mazel tov. This is so wonderful. You are doing amazing. People are sharing how great you are looking. Josie is a shining bright light. Congratulations, congratulations, mazel tovs, mazel tovs. So glad to be celebrating and witnessing this sacred moment. So this is the miracle of bringing a sacred moment to this time. Josie shows such love for her brother and parents, helping create a beautiful family. Josie is resilient, creative, and caring. I love Josie's creativity. A great example is that invitation we received. Josie was a creation. It was so genius, beautiful, and so delish. Congrats, congrats. Such a special day. Josie is one of the most creative people I know and has a huge heart. Josie is such an incredible friend and such a caring person. Josie's caring spirit. Josie, these are all prayers. Even though they're not beginning with Baruch Atah Adonai, these are true prayers because they are connecting us, one person to another. Thank you for being that miracle that allows us to see the light of God everywhere we go. We're going to now continue, everyone, with the Chatzi Kaddish. We're on page 106, page 106. And as our service continues, we ask that you continue to share warm messages in our chat box that we can continue to share. Page 106.
I don't think I'm doing that one.
Up. Cantrolani, and Liz?
I'll be chanting this one. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I was confused.
I've got this one. Yikadal veyitkadash shemei Rava ve'amadi rachirutei ve'amlich malchutei b'chayechon uvyomechon uchayedecho Beit Yisrael bagala uvizman kariv ve'imeru amen Yehi shmei Rabba mevorach La'alam ul'amei hamaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach V'pa'ar v'tromam v'yinasei V'tadar v'talal Shemei dekudesha Brichu Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata Damiran be'alma Amen.
Our formal call to worship is the Baruch Hu. We're on page 108, and we ask all who are able in body or in spirit to please rise. Baruch Hu.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Va'ed. The central prayer in Judaism is the Shema Yisrael. It's the watchword of our faith. We're on pages 114 and 115.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malvuto Leolam Va'ed.
Please be seated, everyone. Continuing now with the chanting of the V'ahavta, page 116.
V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levacha uv'kol nefshacha uv'kol meodecha v'chayu chadvarim ha'elech asher anohi metzevacha chayom alevavecha Veshinantam levanecha, vedivarta bam, veshivteha bevadeha, uleftecha vaderef, uskoptecha, uvkomechar, ukshartam leot, al yadecha, vechayulo totarfo, benineha, uktavtam, al muzizo beteha, uvishabrecha, laman kiskeru, Veitzem et kol mitzvotai, veitzem kedoshim le'elehem, ani Adonai Elohem, asher otzeitzem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot le'em Elohim, ani Adonai Elohem.
Emet. I see, Josie, that you've got family or friends who are here from Santa Fe, New Mexico. That's so cool. It's one of my favorite places. There's actually communities in Santa Fe with people who are known as crypto Jews. And they're people who often grew up in perhaps Catholic societies, but have found out that there's a family secret, that there's Judaism in their family going way back to the Spanish Inquisition. It's a really, really cool thing. So anytime I connect with those in Santa Fe, I want to learn more about people who are from the American Southwest, and it reminds me of that culture as a whole. So welcome from Santa Fe. We're going to continue with the Micha Mocha on page 122. 122. Mi
chamocha bayalim Adonai. Mi kamocha neder bakodesh. Nor tahilot osefele.
Wonderful. We're going to now continue with the Amidah, beginning on page 124. We ask all, once again, who are able to please rise.
Adonai sefatev tifta uviagitahi lateta. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotei ve'imoteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarach, Elohei Rivkach, Elohei Ra'el, ve'Elohei Leach, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Yom, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, ve'Konei Chakol, Zohel Hasadei Avot ve'Imahot, Umegulav Livnei v'Nehem, Laman Shemo be'Ahava, Mele Oser Umashia Umagim, Baruch atah Adonai, Megein Avraham v'Ratzara. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei hakol atah Rav Loshia, Mechayei chayim behesed, Mechayei hakol berachamim rabim, Zomech noflim v'rafel cholim, Umartir asurim, Umekayim emunato, Lishnei afar, Michamocha bal givurot, Umido melah, Melech mimin, Umechaye, Umatzmiya Yeshua, V'ne'eman ataliot ha'akol, Baruch atah Adonai mekayed ha'akol.
Cantori Linter and Liz.
נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר, קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוך כל הארץ, כבודו, אדיר, אדירנו, אדוני, אדוננו, מדיר שמך בכל הארץ, ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו, הוא מלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו, ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, מלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהי ציון, לדור ודור, הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש, ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
We offer thanks, O God, for this Shabbat which unites us in faith and in hope. for Shabbat holiness, which inspires sacred living, for Shabbat memories, glowing even in darkness, for Shabbat peace born of friendship and love. We offer thanks and blessing, O God. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh HaShabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai, who creates the holiness of Shabbat. Josie, you can go back to your seat with your family. We invite everyone to please be seated, and we enter our own moment of silent reflection. Before we close our silent prayer, for those who are at home, you're most likely indoors, but those of us who are here, we're outside. We can hear the fountain. We hear the rustling of the leaves, and yeah, we hear a little bit of traffic every once in a while on the street. But it reminds me of what the Baal Shem Tov used to do. He actually wasn't settled when he was inside a sanctuary when he prayed. And he would go out into the forest, and he would sit there on a rock by the river, and he would listen to the frogs croaking and the rustling of the leaves and the water in the brook. He would even listen to the fluttering of the butterflies. And when all of those rhythms met with his heart beating, and when they came into sync, then he knew that his prayers were true. So there's something quite extraordinary and beautiful about being outdoors here and being one with nature. So to help us with getting our hearts and our rhythms steady, Sydney and Josie, we're going to ask you to come forward. Leave your books here. You're going to help us close our silent prayer with some hand movements. Don't worry, we didn't practice this. You guys remember this. And Cantor Lani will be leading us, come on forward, leading us in the prayer itself. There's no page number on here, but we ask you from home to please follow along with the hand movements that Josie and Sydney will be doing.
So our cantorial intern Liz will actually be leading us.
Thanks, Cantor Lani.
La
Thanks so much, Sid. You can go back to your seat. Thank you, cantorial intern Liz. Friends, we now come to the heart of our service, Seder Kriyat Torah, the service for the reading of Torah. And Josie will be taking a document that's thousands of years old, but adding her own soul print and wisdom to the text, making it relevant in our own time. We're extraordinarily excited to be here together as a community, whether in person or throughout the internet world. You are bringing, Josie, a bit of normalcy to an abnormal world, and we are appreciative for that. So we're going to invite the congregation to rise. We're on page 244, and we're going to invite Aunt Patty to come forward to help us with the Torah ritual as we remove it from our temporary ark.
Ein kamocha v'Elohim Adonai ve'en ken ma'asecha malchutecha malchut kol olamim u'memshaltecha bechol dor v'dor Adonai melech Adonai malach Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed Adonai Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom Av harachamim heitiv avitzoncha et Zion Tivnei chomot Yerushalayim Tivnei chomot Yerushalayim Kivecha levad batachnu Melech el ram v'nisa Adon olamim
Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah Udevar Adonai miYerushalayim Baruch shenatan Torah Torah Baruch shenatan Torah Torah Le'amo Yisrael B'kedushato.
Ledor vador. From generation to generation, this Torah has been handed down as a love letter from God to humanity. It went from Moses to Joshua to the elders, to the prophets, to those of the great assembly. Today, Josie, this Torah is going to come into your arms. We honor those who aren't here physically, but are here remotely, like your grandparents, Patrick and Carolyn McGee, and also Roderick and Carol Kent. We also honor those who are here, your grandparents, Nick and Ruthie George, and your Aunt Patty, and your parents and your brother. We're going to ask all of you to come forward as we hand Torah down generation to generation. So grandparents on this side, and Patty, why don't you stand next to the grandparents? And parents in the middle, Josie, and then Sydney on the very end.
Ledor vador, ledor vador, ledor vador, nagid God lecha, ulenetzach netzachim, ulenetzach נצח נצחים, קדושתך נקדיש.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo.
Gadlule Adonai iti uneromema shemo yachtav.
We are going to welcome a number of incredible people who are offering blessings before and after each of your aliyot, each of your Torah readings. And for our first aliyah, we invite Ron and Patty Weinstein. Ta'amod, Perla, Glika, Israel, Aharon. Patty? On report, right. Thank you, okay. Right.
Baruch Adonai Havarach, Baruch Adonai Havarach Le'olam Va'ed, Baruch Adonai Havarach Le'olam Va'ed, Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam, Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe. You have chosen us from among all peoples by giving us your Torah. Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives the Torah.
Vayikra el Moshe, Vayidaber Adonai elav me'ochel moed lemor.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe. You have given us a Torah of truth and planted within us everlasting life. Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives the Torah.
Amen. Yasher koach. For our second aliyah, we invite Rod and Carol Kent.
We bless the source of life. We bless the Eternal of time and space, who has embraced us as grandparents to a wonderful young woman who has chosen to enter the Mitzvah of Jewish adulthood. We bless you, Eternal One, giver of the Torah.
Can I be where they are? Wow.
It's Hawaii. It's
Wow.
great. I know.
I'd rather be here. Go ahead, Josie.
Daber el b'nei Yisrael v'armata alehem Adam ki akriv mikehem korban la'Adonai min habahema min habakar umin hatzon takrivu et korbanhem.
We bless the Eternal of time and space, who has given our granddaughter this incredible Torah, implanting in her eternal dreams. We bless you, Eternal One, giver of the Torah.
I think we now go from Hawaii to Amsterdam, and so we now invite Nico and Michaela and Ida George to Ya'amod Herschel ben Riva Leah.
Baruch hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bakarvanu mikol ha'amim ve'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Imola korbano min habakar zahar tamim yakrivenu el peta o el moed yakrivoto lirtsono livnei Adonai.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'hayei olam natan betoheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. How old is little Ida?
Like a year.
A year. Adorable. For our fourth Aliyah, we now invite Patrick and Carolyn McGee.
We bless the Eternal of time and space, who has given our granddaughter this incredible Torah, implanting in her eternal dreams. We bless you, Eternal One, giver of the Torah.
Vesema yado al rosh ha'olah v'nirtzach lo lachaper alav.
We bless the source of life. We bless the Eternal of time and space, who has embraced us as grandparents to a wonderful young woman who has chosen to enter the mitzvah of Jewish adulthood. We bless you, Eternal One, giver of the Torah.
For our fifth Aliyah, we now invite forward grandparents Nick and Ruthie George to Amod Riva Leah. Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu michol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai notein haTorah.
Amen.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe. You have chosen us from among all peoples by giving us your Torah. Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives the Torah.
V'shachat et ben habakor lifnei Adonai v'yekrivu b'nei Aharon hakohen et hadam v'zarhu et hadam al chamizbeah zaviv asher petach oel moed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam natabechenu. Baruch atah Adonai notein haTorah.
Amen. Thank you so much. For our sixth... Oh, sorry. Thank you.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe. You have given us Torah of truth and planted within us everlasting life. Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives the Torah.
Thank you so much. For our next Aliyah, we invite forward Rick and Mimi and Sydney. Ya'amdu Miriam bat Riva Leah v'Nachshon ben Miriam v'Rick.
Baruch et Adonai Hamavorach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarah Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai notein haTorah.
Amen.
Ve'yishit et ha'olah v'neta oto limtachecha.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata betohenu. Baruch atah Adonai notein haTorah.
Amen. Thank you so much. Ta'amud habachurah bat mitzvah Laila Baracha bat Miriam v'Rick. We now invite the bat mitzvah herself, Josie Kent, for her aliyah.
What page?
1 second.
Okay.
254.
Thank you, Cantor. Baruch et Adonai Chamevora.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Chamavrach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai notein haTorah.
Amen.
V'natenu b'nei Aharon hakohen eish al chamizbeah v'arhu eitzim al ha'esh. Baruch atah Adonai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam neta betohenu. Baruch atah Adonai notein haTorah.
Amen.
You missed me by so much. Okay, but don't. That's disrespectful. Normally it's the.
Wow!
Yeah!
Wow! All right, we're going to leave the candy where it is for now.
Okay, yeah.
But we're about to lift the Torah, everyone, to show you how Josie so beautifully chanted this ancient text. And as we lift it, we invite the congregation to please rise once again.
Watch out, don't step on a candy. I did. Okay.
Please be seated, everyone. As Torah is still out, and as we gain so much strength from what Josie has shared with us so far through her leadership in the service, we want to take that strength and remember to look beyond our own feelings. There are people that we know who need support. People who are sick, people who are living in darkness. And we offer a prayer, the Misha Berach. It's on page 253 of our books. And we ask for those who are home, if there's someone that you're thinking of who could use a prayer for healing, please share those names in the YouTube chat box. And for those who are here, as my eyes meet yours, as Cantor sings, please share those names out loud so we can all acknowledge for whom we are praying. Cantor? Thank you so much, Cantor Lani, for lifting our prayers. As we now place the Torah back into the ark, Sydney, we're going to ask you to come forward and help us out with opening our temporary ark doors. And we're going to invite the congregation to rise once again. Ki lekach tov natati lahem, torati al ta'azovu. For I have given you good instruction. Do not abandon my Torah.
of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, shalom.
It is a tree.
Shalom, shalom.
It's not a bush.
Shalom, shalom.
The tree of life.
Shalom, shalom. It's Chaim Gila Machazikim B'Betomchecha Me'ushar. It's Chaim Gila Machazikim B'Betomchecha Me'ushar. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom.
Please be seated, everyone, except for Josie. Come on forward, Josie. Cantor Lonnie, do you have anything you want to say to Josie before this big moment?
I do. Josie, we are so excited. You have chanted Torah beautifully. You have led your prayers so beautifully. And now it's time for us to hear your speech, your Devar Torah, your interpretation of what you have chanted so wonderfully for us today. And we want to be able to hear you and understand you. So we ask that you go slowly and articulate so we can understand every word. We want to be inspired by every word that you have to say. And do you remember what happens if you don't go slow enough?
Yeah.
Rabbi, do you have the darts ready for her?
Please don't. All I ask.
Or we have the candy too.
No.
So either way, we're so excited to hear from you. Take a deep breath, Josie, and enjoy every second.
Shabbat shalom. And welcome to my bat mitzvah. In case you didn't know already, we are here. But growing up in the Jewish community and attending many, many bar and bat mitzvahs, the one thing that they were always asked is, what does becoming a bar bat mitzvah mean to you? Just like everyone else, I was asked this question, and I was asked it very early on, and it took me quite a while to figure it out, and I'm still not exactly sure what becoming a bat mitzvah means to me. But my best so-called classification of what all of this makes me feel is, to be honest, worried. It's scary growing up in this world where so many people are dying and killing each other every day. All I can really do is take that leap, make the sacrifice to the world, and believe me, it is quite scary. But I know I have a community of family and friends that is willing to help me and care for me. Our Torah portion this Shabbat is Vayikra, which is in the first book of Leviticus. The Israelites have already escaped Egypt, passed through the Sea of Reeds, and gotten the 10 Commandments. They also have established a community. The book of Leviticus as a whole is about sacrifice. The Torah portion, in particular, is about the different animal sacrifices. When you think of the word sacrifice, a lot of you probably think of the physical counterpart of the word, which is to slaughter a living thing or surrender a possession to a god or a divine. The less physical part I'm talking about is a personal sacrifice, which means an act of giving up something valued for something else thought of as more important. You were probably thinking that the physical aspect of the sacrifice is much more brutal and much more challenging mentally and physically for someone to do. But when you think about it, it's not. When making a personal sacrifice, one's body and mind gets challenged. It leads us to questions that don't always have answers, and some knowledge never to be known. Sacrifices make up who we are as humans. It doesn't matter how big or how small they are. They matter, and they'll affect us in one way or another. The other question I was asked during this process of my bat mitzvah was, if I had a message to the world, what would I tell it? What would it be? Just like my last answer, it took a while for me to figure it out. It's a hard thing to decide. Only one message for the entire world. After I thought about it for quite a long time, and really thinking about what I thought the world needed to hear, I came up with this message: to slow down. I know it sounds a little harsh, but I think it needs to be said. We are living in a world right now that is suffering more and more every day, and yet we don't take time to slow down and enjoy the world. I know it seems hard, but even in these circumstances, there are good things. I spent the last year of my life in a hectic spiral, and when I finally became more grounded, it felt like we were going to be okay. Like we could fix our broken world. I would like to thank the cantor so much for helping me during this time with my prayers. I honestly could not do this without her. The rabbi for helping me with my speech and understanding what being a bat mitzvah means to me. Randy Bishop, the sisterhood for the beautiful Kiddush cup they gifted me last night. The men's group for the Tanakh that they gifted me. Thank you so much. And of course, my family and friends. Thank you, Sydney, my brother, for being so amazing and putting up with his annoying little sister all these years. And helping me for basically the past month for about 2 hours with my prayers. I know you probably hated it by now, but thank you. My parents for being the astounding parents that they are and for supporting me through all of this as well. You really helped me. Thank you. The rest of my family, who is not here and who is here, for supporting me through all of this, and to my amazing friends, who one of them I'm lucky enough to be here, Maya, who have been there for me, the good and the bad, and for always making me laugh with your absolutely hilarious attempts at speaking Hebrew. They did a very bad job. It took them 2 days to learn a simple phrase. Still love you though. You all are so dear to me, and I hope to see you all soon when I can actually have a party. So that should be fun. Thank you again, and Shabbat Shalom. Candy stuff I'm getting.
Josie, I cannot begin to tell you how proud I am of all the stuff you overcome to make it here today. Whether it was having to stay up late to practice your prayers, or it was trying to get me to stop yelling about a video game while you're in Hebrew school, you persevered through it all. I think it's safe to say that you deserve your Jewish adulthood as much or even more than anyone else. Not only have you earned it, but you also have demonstrated it for the past couple of years. You are by far more mature than anyone your age I know, and it still surprises me to this day. It's hard to believe that the same person who I used to teach how to pronounce their S's is standing right in front of me, but the reality, right in front of me as a true Jewish adult. I like to think that your maturity can be credited to me, but the reality is you probably are more mature than I am 99% of the time. I can't even put into words how happy I feel for you, and I hope you share this happiness and pride yourself, because you deserve to. I love you.
Thank you. Do we have tissues? This is a needed thing with her.
Hi, baby.
Hello.
I need this now. Well, Josie, I bet this is not how you pictured your bat mitzvah when you imagined it. I mean, I know you like to do things in your own unique way, but in this case, you probably would have preferred a more typical service and party. Still, even with all the challenges this year, you've approached the experience of becoming a bat mitzvah with resilience, creativity, and humor. You studied your Torah portion in prayers with Liz, Canner, Lonnie, and Sydney. With your cookie jar idea, you devised a delicious and interactive way to engage your friends and family in this moment. You chose a cause that you're passionate about to donate to, and you met with Rabbi Zach to explore your Torah portion and what sacrifice means to you. You did it. I remember when Dad and I first brought you home from the hospital. From day one, your huge brown eyes were already drinking in the world around you. You seemed so wise, wiser than us. You loved people, animals, music, books, campfires, movies, food. you and I basically have the same interests. So the moment you joined our family, I felt like I had a new BFF who was up for any adventure that I wanted to do. You've always been laser focused on what you want, and you view whatever's in your way as just a pesky obstacle to work around or outsmart. I remember saying to Dad, I know Josie loves us, but have you noticed sometimes she looks at us like she can't wait to get old enough to move into her fabulous apartment in the city where she can do whatever the heck she wants? I think you were 4 at the time.
Yeah.
Having been gifted such an independent spirit to parent, I have to sneak in my advice when I can. So here are a few hopes and wishes for you as you move into the next chapter. First, I hope that you always find ways to express your creativity. From taking photos to designing clothes and jewelry to your incredible doodles and embroidery, artistry runs in your veins. Throughout your career or through passions, may you always get to express your point of view. You have something important to say, and the world needs to hear it. Dramatic pause. I wish you lifelong health, physical, mental, and spiritual. Health can be playing volleyball and staying up till 3 a.m. watching movies, spending time in nature with your favorite Oregonians, and baking cakes on a weekly basis, which she does. Find your balance. Keep surrounding yourself with pets and value and nurture your health. It's a gift. I hope you continue to put your whole heart into your relationships. I love how important your friends are to you. They clearly know the real you, and they support and adore you. I see how much you value family. Your grandparents play such an important role in your life, and you have strong relationships with your brother, aunts, uncles, and cousins. You know they are there for you no matter what, and I hope you keep working to stay connected to the people that matter and honor the memories of those who came before you. As the Beatles say, the love you make is equal to the love you take. And finally, and most important, I hope you know in your bones that your life has purpose, even if you aren't always sure what it is. Cherish your time here, in this body, on this rock hurtling through space. I promise life has infinite possibilities in store for you. Stay open, own your optimism. Well, today you're still that creative, independent, aware human who joined our family 13 years ago. I'm so lucky to have a front row seat to your life. I'm here for all of it, the amazing parts, the rough stuff, of course, the musical sequences. I hope you feel the loving presence of your community today and the depth and beauty of our Jewish traditions. I'm so proud of you today and every day. And I know in my heart that you will someday overturn those sexist school dress codes. I love you.
I love you too.
So much. Mazel tov.
Thank you. Your turn.
Mic, I guess.
Okay, switcheroo.
Maybe should have gone first. Hard act to follow.
That's leaving you.
Josie, I'm going to get straight to the point. I love you, I'm proud of you, and there will be a party. A huge party, with family and friends and chocolate fountains and unicorn rides.
Of course.
That's what the kids are into, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But first, we have to be patient for a little bit longer. If the past year has taught us anything, it's that sometimes before we get what we really want, we have to be patient. And sometimes we have to work a little bit harder, even to get the things that we used to take for granted. It has been anything but ordinary. But extraordinary times produce extraordinary people. From the time that you were born, you have been extraordinary. You have always been the girl with a plan. Your art projects, your beauty salon parties, your impromptu dance, singing, and improv performances, and your ability to get the rest of the family to do pretty much whatever you wanted with a joke and a smile. All of those things have let us know that no matter what the occasion, Josie has a plan. For years, whenever your mom and I have a big family decision to make, we talk it over amongst ourselves, and then we say, we should probably find out what Josie thinks. You approach life with gusto. You're always the first girl to sign up for father-daughter campouts. And I know that you even talked a lot of the more timid girls into going along, ones that might not have gone, where I know because dads used to tell me, you know, I didn't think my daughter was brave enough to go, and then Josie just sold it to him. They all knew that it was an event not to be missed. I'll also never forget when you slipped on the ice at winter camp and pretty badly sprained your ankle. Everyone assumed that we would immediately head home, or maybe to the hospital, but you didn't need the hospital, right? No. Hospital schmospital. You said to me, wrap it up, Dad. We're working on a play in the cabin, and I don't want to miss it. And you continue to have a great weekend on one foot. You have always had quiet strength that surpasses your years. And you refuse to miss a good time, which I really admire about you. You've always been a great partner in adventure and a passionate artist with a unique point of view, which really resonates with everyone who sees your work. I think there's still people trying to order the Josie that you made in 3rd grade, the combination shrug scarf.
No, that was in 1st grade.
Was it 1st grade?
That was a while ago.
Yeah. Orders are still waiting.
I know. I'm sorry, it's been like 5 years.
It has been amazing to see your talents for drawing, photography, public speaking, makeup, and fashion all flourish. But the thing that makes me the most proud is how much you care about your fellow humans. This past year has given us all the opportunity to reflect on the plight of those that are less fortunate. I've seen you take this opportunity to speak out against racism and injustice, both at protests and with your friends and peers. Lifting up those who have no voice and helping others to see the importance of doing the same is some of the most important work you will do in life. I know that through your passion and your deeds, you will help make this world a better place. I also know that for your generation, this pandemic has lifted the burden of the ordinary and given you the chance to be revolutionary. And so, Josie Joe, the woman with the plan, I love you, I'm proud of you, I can't wait to see what you do next, and there will be a party.
Of course. Thank you. I get one more. Yeah, you do. Don't step on candies on your way.
Josie, what an extraordinary day this has been. Thank you for opening our hearts and souls. I want to share with you a little bit more about your Hebrew name that we chose. I said some of it last night, but there's more to be shared. Laila bracha. Laila meaning nighttime. The beautiful phenomena in Judaism is that every beginning starts with an ending. So every Jewish holiday and occasion begins at night. That's when we light Shabbat candles. That's when we light Hanukkah candles. That's when we have Passover Seder. And it's through that dark time that light and renewal begins. And that is a blessing. Laila bracha, an evening, a nightfall, and the light of blessing that comes out of it. Your name, however, has an additional meaning, and this is one that I had not shared with you or with your parents. The Hebrew word Laila can be seen as a combination of two separate Hebrew words. Lamed Yud, which means li, or for me, and then Lamed Hey, which means for her or for another person. So your name, Lila, also means for me and for the other. And Josie, everything that you do in life encompasses that. You look deep inside and you say, what can I do that will help the other be stronger, deeper, richer, and better? And your very name encompasses both of those. That introspection of looking in, asking, who am I? What is everything about? What does it mean to become a bat mitzvah? And as you explore that transitioning, what does it mean for the other? What is my life value going to give to the world? You've shown yourself on so many levels to be that incredible gift of goodness to the world, because you, more than so many others, know how to look deeply in and then to look out. Lila, that's your name, and that blessing comes out of it. It shows up in your artwork. You love to create pictures of people's eyes because you know, Josie, that through one's eyes you can find a soul. Lila, looking inward and looking out. Those eyes are a window to spirit and to God. The Torah portion that you chanted today, Vayikra, that one word, it means God called. Josie, however you find God in this world, whether it's through artwork, through music, through joy, even through darkness, I promise you, God is calling your name. God is calling your name. And you, dear Josie, are going to look in and you're going to look out. And the more you look within and the more that you look to others, you're going to see God's voice and hear God's voice and know that you have a very special place in this world. We are so very proud of you and how honored we are to be here in this moment. Mazel tov to you. Cantor Lonnie, I believe, as well as cantorial intern Liz, have some words to share as well. Cantor Lonnie.
Josie, it is such a joy to have watched you grown from a little girl in my junior choir, my high holiday junior choir, participating in all of the special services that I've done, to seeing you today on the bima outside, becoming an official Jewish adult, becoming a bat mitzvah. It is such an incredible journey to have watched you grown from that little girl to who you are now, standing where you are. I know that this process has been a struggle, but look at what you've done today. You worked so hard to accomplish what you have done, and you have shown us that you can do anything. If you can go through what you struggled with and come out with flying colors today, I know that you can accomplish anything in this world. We are so immensely proud of you, of who you are becoming. Mazel tov, Josie. And our cantorial intern Liz has some words she would like to share with you too.
Josie, you did it. We're here. I'm so proud of everything you've accomplished today. There was so much hard work and you made it look easy. With your resilient spirit and the strength of your willpower, you have not only accomplished this, but you will go on to accomplish so many more things. I wish for you always the time to slow down and the willpower and strength to always be your best self. Mazal tov, congratulations.
We're going to ask for everyone who's here, and Maya too, to come and hold your talit Josie, over your head as we offer you a special blessing.
Dad.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
You're doing great, guys. This is great.
You can help me end of it too, maybe? All right, can everyone get it?
Oh, wait, you want us under?
No, just like touch it.
Touching it.
Yeah, there we go.
You're doing great.
Just a little closer to us. There you go.
Tall man.
Okay,
How's that?
perfect.
All right.
Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and keep you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God's light shine upon you and be gracious unto you.
Yisod panav elecha ve'asem lecha shalom. Shalom.
May God's light always shine within you and through you to others, and grant you the most precious gift, the gift of shalom, of peace. Amen.
Amen.
All right, immediate family group hug. Everyone else has to socially
No,
distance.
go ahead.
Oh, sorry, Disney. Get in here.
Okay, I'm just pulling me down and the mic.
Okay. Here.
What an honor now it is to call upon the Vice President of Membership, Elizabeth Zlotowicz, who is here to offer a welcome as well as a presentation. Hi, Lizzie.
Hi, Rabbi. Hello, Ken family. Mazel tov and Yasher Koach, Josie. What a beautiful, beautiful job you did today. I'm so proud of you. I'm proud for you and your wonderful family. And thank you for leading us in just a meaningful and heartfelt service today. My name is Elizabeth Zlotowicz. I'm the Vice President of Membership, and I'd like to welcome everyone, all those who are on YouTube from near and far, Hawaii, the Netherlands, in between and beyond. Welcome to Temple Akiba. It's great to have you and to include you in this special day. I hope if you're ever in town, you can come to Temple Akiba of Culver City so that we can meet you personally. And, you know, I represent the board of directors here today of the temple, and it's my honor to congratulate you on behalf of your synagogue community and to present you. Rabbi will actually hand it to you physically, but your certificate of completion, your certificate of bat mitzvah. And in addition, the synagogue has planted a tree in Israel in your honor. And hopefully you'll get to Israel one day and go look for that tree. It's my personal prayer for you that you always know that you are grounded. I know that you've spent many years here at Temple Akiba. I want to acknowledge your parents and thank them for their valued membership in the temple and how great it is that they recognize the value of a Jewish education for their children and a connection to a Jewish community. And know that wherever your exciting journey takes you from this point forward, as you go out from here and enjoy the, engage in your life, that you know that you have a home at Temple Akiba. I really appreciated your speech, and it is a scary world. I'm scared, and I'm about a few more years older than you. And I still get scared sometimes, but it's comforting to know that with friends, family, community, we all share those experiences and we're never alone. So stay rooted just in Akiba, like your tree in Israel is rooted, and keep stretching your branches for greater learning and exploration. And you can always count on me when you come to Temple Akiba and cross the threshold, walk through the doors. You have a friendly face and loving arms, as well as Cantor and Rabbi and all of your friends. You know you have a place you can come to. Mazel Tov, Yasher Koach, and I want to be invited to that party because it sounds like it'll be fabulous. Be well. Mazel Tov.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Always so great to have your energy and your spirit with us. Josie, we're also going to present to you what the Sisterhood and Men's Group told you about last night, the Kiddush Cup from our Sisterhood and the Tanakh from our Men's Group, and I'll bring those to you in one moment. We're also going to go in just a second to sign our Lador Vador scroll. Your brother signed this a couple of years ago at his bar mitzvah. You now have the opportunity to sign it, just as everyone who's become bar bat mitzvah at Temple Akiba has. So I give these to you. There we go. Over here with me. So right under Ethan. What is today? The
20th.
20th, okay. Mazel tov.
And do keep it.
All right. Right out back up to here. Friends, we now continue with our concluding prayers. The Aleinu is on page 282. We invite all who are able to rise once again.
Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula leotzer breshit, shelo asanu kugei ha'aratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, veglor aleinu kechol hamonam, vanachnu korim, Umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu v'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad Ushemo, echad.
We're going to remain standing as we prepare for Kaddish Yatom, the mourner's Kaddish. I'm on page 288. When I die, give what's left of me away to children and old men that wait to die. And if you need to cry, cry for your brother walking the street beside you. And when you need me, put your arms around anyone and give them what you need to give me. I want to leave you something better than words or sounds. Look for me in the people I've known or loved. And if you cannot give me away, at least let me live in your eyes and not in your minds. You can love me best by letting hands touch hands and by letting go of children that need to be free. Love doesn't die, people do. So when all that's left of me is love, give me away. We remember those in your family who were so very important, who died, who continue to shine upon us from their eternal resting spaces, including Sydney and Dorothy Kent, Stanley and Ardis Mullenix, George and Francis George, William and Lillian Rosenblatt, and Richard Solomon, who died just this year. And I add my own father to this list, who died just 1 month ago when we are at the end of Shloshim for him, Dennis Shapiro. May all their memories guide us with goodness and light. On page 294, we say together, Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yamad divrach roteh v'yamlich malchuteh, v'chayechon uvyomechon, uv'chayeh dechol Beit Yisrael, bagalau v'yizman kariv v'imru amen, Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach leolam u'amei olmaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal, shemei d'kudusha barichu, le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran v'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min shemaya v'chayim, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who causes peace to be known in the high heavens help us understand that by reaching out to one another, we create peace on earth as well. For all Israel and for all humanity, we say, Amen. Please be seated, everyone. Cantorial intern Liz, do we have a closing song today?
We do, Rabbi, we do. It is a song of joy and peace.
Why don't you guys join your daughter up here? Okay. Sydney, come on up.
Oseh shalom b'mroma, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom b'mroma, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom b'mroma, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Oseh shalom b'mroma, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom b'mroma, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom b'mroma, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu
hands. To one another, we say Shabbat Shalom. And to Josie and her wonderful family, we say Mazel Tov! Wow. While this concludes our service, let the joy overflow from our souls. Mazel Tov once again. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.